Okay, I know it's early in the morning, but like I said, anytime you see me come on live early in the morning, it's because I have a lot of work today. So, tracking numbers go out today for our customers to start getting them set up and get all those knocked out today. So, you will be receiving tracking numbers today. Those have been asking me questions about tracking numbers. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology game. I like to put that in there real quick because I have customers that watch my demonstrations and want to know about their packages and stuff. So as explained before, that anytime we have tracking numbers that don't go right away, it's because we ran out of supplies and we have to restock. So that's the only reason why. But other than that, yeah, you'll have your tracking numbers, you'll be good to go. All right, so working here in the gaming room today, doing more mapping and all that other good stuff. I just set up my Steam account here. Over there, I found out the specifications on that computer right there. Not bad. I can run all my retro games off of that with no problem whatsoever. So, that computer I found out has I'm only running retro games. It doesn't take much to run a retro game, but it has more than enough. So I got an i5 in there, 500 gigs of hard drive space, 4 gigs of RAM. And the only thing lacking on it is the graphic card. Graphics integrated, so I just got to update that to something PCI or AGP, maybe 128 or maybe 256. That's all I need. I'm just doing basic retro games for this setup right here. So right now I dug out the original Xbox with the giant controller. I got some games on there too. I want to be playing on this for a retro setup over here. And then I just ran into a small little problem. I was thinking, okay, wait a minute. If I install one projector here, I have to install another one here. That projector can't be sitting anywhere in the mid at all. So it's going to have to be over top the screen. So in order to do that, I got to build me a bracket system. Like I can't put I'm not going to drill to the ceiling. That's not going to happen. But I am going to have to build my own form of heavy duty bracket system, because there's a pretty big projector going up there. 505 is going to be sitting up there. So this is the idea I'm pondering right now. Now I was thinking about getting me a flat bookcase, something flat that could hit against the wall, because keep in mind, if I put any bookcase in there to put the projector on top of it, the projector right here is going to run and hit the screen, hit the bookcase, and that's going to cast a shadow on the screen. So whatever I put up there has to be able to be secured to the wall, where it's not going to disrupt this picture right here. Told you projector, I'm trying to figure out where it's going to go. So I don't want to mount it to the ceiling. So this is what I'm building right now. This will work out perfectly. I have to go order some long bolts. This cannot be screwed in. I have to bolt everything in. The heavy duty brackets, all that has to be bolted and reinforced. And then I'm going to take this giant and turn this bracket to a giant shelf. And that is going to be drilled right into the wall. So that's going to be, I got a hammer drill. I'm going to punch that right into the wall. And that should sit right along there near the window. I'm not worried about that because, like I said, all these projectors have lens shift, which means I can have my projector way up here and I can push my image down here and connect to the screen, which that's what I love about having lens shift. So we're going to have the 505 Chrissy connected to the 135. I am going to be connecting the LW400, which is that one right there, to this screen, because that has a distance throw on it. But that's going to be the reason why I have it running through my main gaming machine is going to be running through this computer, is because I can put this computer in portrait mode like I have set up in there. So this is going to be a portrait mode screen for side scroll gaming and stuff like that. I'll still be able to play the Xbox system on it. It'll just be on a much smaller screen, but don't worry about that. That's all for retro fun. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'll mount my projector up here. It'll sit up there with no problem. And then I can basically, like I said, projector will sit here. I can lens shift my image down here to connect the screen. And that way when I'm walking around in here, I won't basically cast any shadows against my screen unless I walk against this one. This one right here is gonna have its own mounting system that I'm gonna build. It's gonna stand upward like this. Like the projector I have downstairs that has a stand where it actually sits upward. This is actually going to allow the projector to sit on its side. And that's why I like going near the Christies, because the Christies don't have any vents on the side. They just have the one filter on the side, and the other side is just blank with a handle which makes it easier. All the exhaust system is actually in front. So I'm going to mount that one right there, right to the very top, right there, this right here. So that way I'm not walking that one either. And that can be then shift right to that screen right there. So going through my controllers, I had to find my old Xbox 360 controller because the ones for the Xbox One over there do not connect and they're not compatible. We got to do some configuration to make it compatible with Steam. But these are all plug in and play with the Xbox 360. So I was able to put that in there to set up my Steam account. So what's going to be on this one? Well, once we get everything, because right now this is the regular systems we have in here. Once I get my hands on the PS5 and the Xbox new system, we'll have the PS5 on the 135 behind me, and we'll have the Xbox system on 100-inch, which when I get the new systems in. I'm gonna have to invest in some kind of swap. I don't need a swap box. I'm running like 3 projectors in there. What do I need a swap box for? I will need swap boxes for this over here, this setup, because this is going to run my original Xbox One. It's going to run maybe my Dreamcast. I might hook my Dreamcast up to that, and maybe my my NES to that, and then I might have my Steam account running through there. So I'll make a nice little section right there where I can put all my goodies over there, and I'll LED light that up too. So other than that, oh yeah, and the kitchen projection screen, we finished that today too. That's gonna be done today. My frog tape comes in today, so I can start working on the kitchen projection screen. I'll be hanging that up today too and doing a demonstration of that. And if the weather plays nice today, which I hope it does, I can finally go do my last demonstration outside, which means I don't have to be outside anymore. I am going to be doing the backyard, that painted screen demonstration, the one that was originally done on my trailer. That was an 8. We're going to do now the 12 version of the same exact duplicate video, and then that way I can change out that video to the newer technology, because right now it's displaying 8s and we don't have 8s anymore. Whew, man, and I'm still fighting with Elite about taking their freaking screen back so I can get my freaking refund, because I already ordered. It's a good thing I didn't wait. If I had sat there and waited for them, and I knew they were going to do this, if I sat there and waited for them to take back their merchandise and waited for that refund money to come to buy my other screen, it had been weeks before I got my screen in here. So I went and basically went and requested a refund because they were asking for pictures and all this stuff. I sent them over all the pictures, everything they needed, the serial numbers, the box, inside the box, what's missing. Sent them over all this stuff, and then they sent me back an email that says, well, I'm glad we're able to help you out. What do you mean help you out? Where's my freaking, I need a label. I need a shipping label so I can send this thing back. And mind you, if you do get one of these screens, they'll pay for the shipping, but you still have to pay for UPS or FedEx to come pick it up. So it's like 15, 25 bucks you got to take out of your pocket to pay to pick up their screen that they messed up on. So it's a good thing I bought the other screen already. The other screen will be here on the 25th, so I'll be doing a paint on demonstration. We'll turn that into a black screen. But other than this, man, first I asked for a replacement, didn't want the money back, just wanted a replacement. I have a few screens that are Elite. Matter of fact, this is an Elite right here. That's an Elite screen right there. So all my screens in my house are Elite screens. I like the way the screens are built. But when I went to open up the screen, there were parts missing. At that, they sent me a 120-inch screen. Does that look like a 135-inch screen sitting there in the hallway? That's a 120-inch. Because when I first got the screen here, the box was kind of big. The 135 wasn't supposed to be here till the 23rd, and the only screen that was coming in was the 100-inch. I was like, oh, they accidentally sent me a 120-inch. So I'm putting this thing together, then I realized that the tension rods are missing, and the freaking back support's missing. Without that, you can't even attach the screen altogether. So it's junk. It's not worth anything. So then I call back Amazon and say, hey, look, I'm missing parts out of the screen. Can you contact Elite? I have contacted Elite before for basic stuff and have customer service. I'm sorry, Elite, but it's true. Your customer service is a bit crazy. All right, it's hard to get hold of people over there. So I was like, good luck on that one. So as she went in and she basically contacted them, they did respond back. I guess if you have the company calling, you're going to respond back, especially if you're doing business through. So they did call back, contact back, sent me an email telling me that they needed all this information. Now you have my credit card information, address, everything I used to purchase the screen to begin with, showing proof that I did buy your screen, especially on my PayPal account, But you need more information because, your God complex does not allow you to understand that, hey, people make mistakes and maybe somebody didn't put the proper equipment in there or send me the proper screen. So just do me a big favor and just basically send me out a replacement. I don't even want my money back. I just want the freaking screen. No, nope, nope. Didn't even go down that way. So they asked for all this crazy information they wanted. So I told them, no, you know what? Give me my money back. I'm just going to basically go. If they can't see the proof that I purchased the screen, I'm just going to go to another company and buy another screen. So they was okay, we'll request a refund. Now I request a refund. They send me out this same freaking email telling me, oh, but we need pictures and all this stuff to prove that you have all this so we can send you a refund. So my credit card statement by saying that I purchased your screen, the time, date, and all that blah, 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 showing on my credit card, showing that I bought your purchase. It's not enough to show that I have your actual screen here sitting in my house. So then I wait 2 days and I send them their pictures. Serial numbers right there on the side of the box. Open up the box, show them the parts that were missing, told them what parts were missing, send it over. I get an email back later on, and it's still same dumb nonsense saying, oh, thank you for putting your input. We value your information, your customer, blah, 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 so and so and so. No freaking return label yet, no return label. Now, if I turned around and decided to trust them and wait to get, and wait for them to send me my refund money, talking buy another screen, I'd be screwed. Excuse my French, Lord, but that's what I would be. So what I did was the minute she said that they were going to go in and request the refund, I went right back on Amazon and I ordered a 135-inch screen from another company because I know by the time these take care of this screen, my other one will be coming in and I won't miss a beat. It's bad enough I'm already missing time already because that screen was supposed to be done. This is why the LED lights stop here, because there's supposed to be a 135-inch screen here. So I can't run the rest of the LED lights until the other screen gets here. Only thing I can do now is on Tuesday, I have another set of LED lights coming out. They're supposed to go in all the corners right here. So, oh man, I'll just basically do my corners and stuff. But when it comes here, everything has to stop here because I'm still waiting for the screen to get here. And I got a new speaker system that's coming in that I'm gonna set the screen on top of. Can't do that yet because I gotta wait for the screen to get here. So anyway, like I said, ordered another one, so I'm good. It cost me less. It cost me $184. The lead screen cost me $254 altogether for tax, about $264. And I'm still fighting with them. So I'm gonna check my email today to see if I got my shipping label, so we can put this on the side of the box so they can come pick it up. Because the minute they pick up the minute I get the shipping label, right? The minute I get the shipping label, the minute they shows that they have picked it up and it has confirmed that they have it, Amazon will give me my refund. But this is what I love about Amazon is the fact that if they got 48 hours, within 48 hours, if I don't receive that shipping label, Amazon automatically credits that money to my account. And then they turn around and they charge Elite for the item that they were supposed to go pick up. So, yep. After that, I'll never buy another Elite screen as long as I live. Nope, won't ever buy another one as long as I freaking live. Won't buy one. Because people will sit there and say, well, what about your customer support? Let me tell you something. I have a cell number up there that you can reach me by. You can reach me by email. I love when people say, oh, I can't reach you. Are you kidding me? It's a huge freaking number. You've heard my phone ring in the background when I'm doing live video demonstrations. I saw a customer calling in. Are you kidding me? All right. On top of that, if I had a customer who basically, we made a mistake and we sent them out one quart by accident. And we can tell if the containers have been cut. Because like I said, I know a little tricks of somebody cutting the container to make it look as one container. There's special seals on those containers that we can know if they've been broken. So that's why I always ask, send me a picture, let me see, I'll blow it away and I can tell if those seals were broken. But no, it was our fault. We literally did send him 1 quart of paint by accident. So made him another one, shipped it out, he's good to go. We had another customer, he was a long time customer with us for a while. He ordered way back when I was making like the older screen paints. He came in and contacted us. Really cool guy. He didn't have enough to be able to finish off the screen, so we sent him an extra quart. I do it all the time. I send people extra quarts if they have doing a project, especially if you're a first timer, you're doing a screen for the first time. And we try to help you out along the way. Churches automatically, because I always give back to churches automatically from the door. I've even given out free gallons of paint to churches because they were doing something for youth funding or something like that. You know what I mean? So, it's no skin off my nose to basically make paint for y'all and give it away for free from time to time, like I said. But, people who know me can reach me, contact me. As a matter of fact, people don't know this, but at least I got about 20% of my customers are actually on my Facebook personal page. I'm good friends with them. I got customers I've been friends with maybe like as long as I've had my company. There's a couple of them actually I've been friends with. I talk to them about just about every day. I know their families. We joke about this, we joke about that. I'm actually good friends with a lot of my customers. So I know customer service is bar none because one thing I can't stand when it comes to freaking customer service is the freaking machine. I hate the freaking machine, especially when you sit there and you tell the machine what you want, but it puts you back in the same category where you just previously came from and asks you the same question all over again. I just go customer support, customer support, customer support until it finally breaks down and just gives me freaking customer support. So tell me what you want. How would you like for me to serve you today? Is this the number you're trying to reach? Is that the number you're trying to reach? Let's go back to the main menu and try again. You're like, oh, what the freak? That's why I can't stand machines. That's why every time you pick up the phone, you will hear the owner, which is me, talk to you. Because it drives me crazy to talk to a machine. I had a few people contact and call me like, wait a minute, you're the guy from the video? Like, yes, I am. What are the odds of you actually calling a company and actually talking to the person who actually made the product? Not in this decade in time, all machines. I understand, this decade in time, if my company was like a multi-million dollar corporation, it'd be virtually impossible for me to go in there and answer questions to everybody, which would be impossible to do. And I understand they have to do it that way, but you can still hire people to talk to people and just get those machines. I'm not supposed to be in here talking about gaming, and I go into a long historical rant about freaking Elite and their freaking screens. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the way they build the screens. I love the frames, the structure, the engineer part of it. As for the screen itself, there you go. Not to be disrespectful, I just don't see the technology in the screens. We test the screens all day long. It doesn't do it for me. All right, so also too, we're gonna paint a screen there right on the drywall. Right there, you're gonna paint a screen. I couldn't figure out anything else to build anything else there. Like I'm trying to figure out like should I build that out of styrofoam? Trying to figure out ways how to build a screen there because I want something different. So what I gotta do is the best way to do it for me is to paint it to the wall and I'm going to build the frame around the screen and give it like a kind of an out structure about that far out. So I can basically build it like an arcade screen. So I can actually build an arcade screen around the screen itself. So that's what I'm gonna do. I gotta go online and get some kind of artwork, some retro artwork for it to put around it, maybe some caution tape, some cool stuff like that, and a lot of freaking LED lights. You need a lot of freaking LED lights. And the reason why I want the screen to stand out about that far, like it's tucked in, because I want to put this nice soft glow lights around it. You know what I mean? So it stands up, so it pops a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do with that one right there. Which has me thinking, I threw out some boxes yesterday that would have been perfect. I'll be back. forgot. This is perfect. I knew that I shouldn't have thrown these out. This is perfect. Because I want to build something like a, like the screen would tuck in a little bit. And these boxes right here would be perfect to build. Exactly what I wanted. I was going to throw them out in the trash. I was like, you know what? I could get something out of that. Well, I tell you. This neighborhood is an interesting neighborhood, I tell you. These people are like, what's the word for it? Nosy. So today I'm stringing all my LED lights in. And of course you can see my lights flashing from outside. No sooner than that, I get a few people out there sitting down looking at the house. I mean, how rude could you be? Just sit there and just look at the house. So you know what I do? I open up my window and I wave hi to them. Like I really care. So over here, they do like little petty stuff. I don't know if people do this in the suburbs. It's my first time living in the burbs. So I really don't know. All right, so long story short, they do stuff like throw stuff in front of your house. I don't care. I'm like, somebody threw like a huge container of pudding, like banana pudding, like not on my sidewalk, but right directly like near the street, near my house. And I come out there, trim my bushes and everything, and I left it there. Because I really don't care, to tell you the truth. I'm just basically just passing through to get my other place. And that's why I want 4 acres, because if you walk on 4 acres, you walk on 4 acres. And there's no way in the world you can say, well, I kind of reared off the side of the road and ended up in the middle of 4 acres. No, you're trespassing. So the way this house is made, there's a driveway. So the minute you walk off, and I tell people, the minute you walk off that sidewalk, that city sidewalk, and you walk onto that driveway, you're on private property. Which means that whatever happens, just happens. Just leave it at that. So I'm going through the day to pick up the boxes, and I noticed that the lights that I have out there for lighting up the pathway, one of them is actually stepped on. Like someone had to step on it. Because we get raccoons out here, we get possums, we get a little bit of everything out here, but nothing big enough to pull something like that up and take it down. So I got surveillance cameras all over the house. I'll find out by tomorrow what did it. And I'll just address that issue when I see that person again and let them know that it won't happen again. In a nice term of putting it. No, I'm not going all Charles Bronson. No, if there's an issue or a problem or a neighbor's having a problem, I do what I do basically. And like I said, things change as you get older. When I grew up in a bad, really rough neighborhood, things were handled a little differently. Now you can't do that anymore. Can't handle things like that when you got to be adult. So I just basically just go down and file a police report and then contact one of my attorneys and have it taken care of from there. That's all. But can't go around going gun-ho on people, so and so and so. But these neighbors are not like that. They're kind of quiet and they stay to themselves. They just do little petty things. That's basically about it. But they don't see the cameras out there. I got 24 cameras wired into this house. 24 of them. And they can't see half. And these cameras are quite remarkable. But anyway, I got them put up there for different reasons, because people may snatch packages off my front porch. I get packages just about every day. So you're watching somebody get tons of packages coming to the door, because keep in mind, all this stuff I'm buying, I'm having it shipped in. People start getting ideas that maybe I can snatch a package off the porch. Really wouldn't do that if I were you. I really wouldn't do that. So, you know, stuff like that, you know. So I have to make sure I protect my merchandise and your merchandise. So keep in mind, if they steal my freaking containers, those are containers I need to ship out your product. So, yeah. But, yeah. So, bottom line, at the end of the day, I knew the neighbor next door did it. Like, he threw the pudding. Grown man throws pudding in someone's house because I saw them surveillance of them doing it. And I just explained to him, just simple and plain, that, look, man, at the end of the day, this is y'all neighborhood. Y'all cherish it. I see the way y'all keep up the neighborhood looking nice and all and everything, but at the end of the day, it's not mine. I'm just passing through. So bottom line is, I couldn't care less how it looks, because it just makes your neighborhood look bad when you throw trash in front of my house, and I'm not going to pick it up, especially when I didn't do it. So eventually, these people are the kind of people that they have to have everything perfect, and somebody went out there and cleaned up the pudding, because I'm not going to do it. Doesn't bother me. Heck, I might just put a trash can out there and just not clean the trash can. Well, that's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah, I'm on a revenge check, but anyway. But anyway, you know, It doesn't bother me. That's why, particularly when I was looking for this house, now keep in mind, my friend will be moving up here, and there better not be a problem. That's a different story. That is my love right there. I mean, she's not my girlfriend, but those are my god kids, and I love them to death. I would go to jail for those jokers. So nothing better than ever that happen. We better not have problems. Other than that, once I leave from here, I'm going on my 4 acres of land. That's the reason why I need 4 acres of land, because I can have flashing lights. I can build all the crazy stuff I want to build. I don't have no nosy neighbors. No one worrying about what I'm building and what I'm up to. None of that at all. Peace of mind. Be left the freak alone to build what I want to build. Because I've already had somebody call the police on me because I built a screen too big. Literally, because the screen in the back, I was going to go with a 200-inch screen, and they saw me building the frame out for it. And of course, somebody called the police, and they got a hold of the city, and they're saying I got to get some kind of permit to build a screen that big. Dumb nonsense. I mean, come on. But whatever. All right. So I think this is what we're going to do. So we're going to use these right here, right? And we're going to build a frame around our screen like this, right? And then we're going to basically use top paper, because you don't want to paint this in any way whatsoever. What's going to happen, it's going to warp and it's going to actually lose its form. So the same way I use the top paper, contact paper downstairs to build the other screen, we're going to do the same thing here. Beautiful thing I like about contact paper is the fact that you can get it in anything you want. I can make it look like a steel. I can print it with caution. There's a place you can go to and get customized top paper on it. So I can do it that way. So I'll build me a nice little makeshift frame around it. And then inside here, what I'll do is I'll add some LED lights right down around the side of it. So I think it'll look pretty cool. Just got to shrink my screen just a little bit. There you go. So I can get that kind of arcade kind of look to it. Then I think for the top, I'll build a nice little ridge that goes straight up this way like this. And then I'll build a little piece in the front that stands out. Maybe I might build a little arcade board in there. I don't know. I might build me like a nice, wait a minute. Something just popped into my head. Something just popped into my head. Pretty cool. All right, how about this? We put that stand around it, that border, right? We build a little arcade sign at the top, something that lights up. We put game room, we're gonna light up game rooms, the signs that light up game room, put that at the top. At the bottom, we could build a little stand that comes out just enough about here and here, and I can put a holder in there where I can get one of those retro jammy arcade sticks, and they'll just fit in there. It's just a holder for it, that's all. It's just a holder for me to set it in, hold it in. Oh, that'd be freaking cool, man, just to hold my arcade stick, and it'll give it display like it's an arcade system. Oh, that is freaking cool. Okay, that I gotta build. Project! We got a project to work on. We got a project to work on. Wait, I think I got something I can start. Hold on, I'll be back. This is what happens. This is why I don't sleep. This is the reason why I don't sleep. Have a heat wave. Drop. All right. It's okay. So we need something to start the structure of the frame. These came with my speakers for my system. I think this would be great for a structure for the frame. All right. So we can build off of this. I need some kind of skeleton to build off of. It's hard to put something together if you don't have an infrastructure underneath and actually start the first design. So we'll start off with these right here. So this will be perfect because this will allow me to be able to, now it's not going to be that low down. It's going to start from here and I can drop it to here and have a spot to hit here. So I can build me a scaffold from here to here. That will allow me to put my arcade system stick right in there. And then maybe at the bottom, I might put a sound bar in there or something like that. I think this is going to come out pretty nice. A little bit of work, But then again, you know, let me see. This is where lens shift, I love about lens shift. Now, what I love about lens shift is the fact that see how that's sitting there? What I'm gonna do is go to my projector. Where's my lens shift at? Just bring it up. There we go. Now we missed the screen completely. I think that is gonna come out quite nice. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. But right now, until I get wire management here, because right now I've got cables and wires and stuff all over the place because right now I'm just mapping everything out. Just to get an idea of how I want to build this and put this together. Yeah, I think that's going to come out quite nice right there. So what we'll do is we'll bring it right here, right about there. I'll put in another piece from here to connect from there to there. And then I'll have it come out this far and then come back down so long as it connects to that. And this will allow me to put my arcade stick right here, put a center for my arcade stick. And then with these right here, we can take these and we can build them along the side of the screen like so. See what I'm getting at here? What we're building here? Yeah, this is going to come out. This is going to come out quite nice. That's enough room for me to actually put a post here and post there. And like I said, we got that lens shift so we can bring it up as high as we want. Oh, this is going to be sweet. This is going to be sweet. I like it already. I love when people can visualize what I'm seeing in my head. I'm going to bring my projector just a little bit. You see what I'm seeing in my head right now? See it? What I'm visualizing? Yeah, I can put this whole thing together today. Put it all together today. And all this can be made out of cardboard. Because every time they send me one of these screens over, they send me boxes like this. These boxes are fantastic for building my structure with. Yeah, this is going to be nice. And then we'll take from here, we'll build it from here, here. Maybe put some little flashing sirens up there. Who knows? You know what I mean? Run LED lights. Those are freaking cool. All right, I'm happy. I'm always happy, but I'm just saying, this is just how my brain works all day. All day, my brain functions like this. I'm just sitting around thinking like yesterday, well, a couple months ago, well, last month, I was laying out there, I'm thinking like, I want an awning out here. So I just built it. I built an awning. And, this right here is going to be freaking cool. So now I got to go on and I got to find all kinds of crazy kind of contact paper. I want caution signs. I want danger. I want keep out. I want hazard zone, stuff like that. And there's enough room at the bottom for me to put some speakers, maybe some shelving in there. Or I can throw a couple of the retro games, like my Xbox games in there. That'd be pretty cool. So now I got to go in and order this controller. So I figure the controller is probably going to set me back maybe about $200. I'll put a budget in for $200. I should be good, or maybe $250. I should be good. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's definitely what to do. Now to make sure the controller doesn't crash through, I'm gonna have to put in make this out of wood. So I'm gonna build me a base stand out of wood that's gonna stand up with two supports here and a platform that will have a piece that will lock up in the front. So when I drop that controller, it's gonna sink into that cardboard, but it's gonna actually stand on the actual brace. It's gonna be the two braces are standing up, and since I'll have those locks on the end, instead of it sliding off, it's gonna lock right in place. I'm telling you, blueprint, this stuff just comes to my head. You know, this is why I say I love the Lord, because everything I build, all my ideas comes from God. So you hear me talking to you right now, this is all being pushed into my head right now. All this information is coming through my head. This is how I build things. Woo. What do you mean, why so much in one room? Have you seen my place? There's not so much in one room. You should be to run 3 projectors in one room. If you can't map out how to run 3 projectors in one room, there's an issue there. I can map out. My gaming room in the next room was smaller than that, and I had a 135-inch screen in that room with LED lights. So I think this is, when I size all this out and everything's done, the thing about it is, man, that you're not thinking what's going on in my head. If you know what goes on in my head, then you would understand where I'm coming from. You can have 3 projectors in there. You have to know how to space them out. So like I said, if you must have came into the room late, I already have a Christie 505 that is going to be up on the top. Christie 505s have lens shift capability, which means I can shift my image anywhere I want. So I can have my projector sitting way up here like that, and I can shift my image down to hit the 135 right here. I'm 5'11", so there's no way in the world I'm going to hit that by walking around in the environment. This one right here is going to be mounted upward. That's going to make contact with that one. This one here is going to be contacted up here along the level where I'm not going to be actually to bump into it, and it's going to make contact here. So I want 3 screens in here. It's what I want. Some people may not like that. Maybe people say, oh, it's too crowded. This is the size of the room. This is a good size room. This is my master bedroom. This is a very good size room for a gaming room. This used to be my gaming room. This right here used to be my gaming room. See that right there? That used to be my 135-inch screen coated on the wall. Oh, you're probably wondering what that is, Chief. That right there is a 79-inch. Yeah, this room is small considered the one I had. But this right here is my 79-inch portrait screen running off a projector. Right here. I'll put it on just for a minute so you can check it out. But yeah, this used to be my game. This room was small. Trying to move around in here, oh my goodness. But I made it work. So that room in there, I got enough room to play around and have some fun in there. But I was able to basically get everything in here, get all my collectibles in here. I had tons of collectibles in here, and get it all running perfectly with no problem whatsoever. And I click it. I know something Chrissy to make a clicking sound like that because they're calibrating the whatchamacallit. So let me go in and get my computer to activate. So I wanted portrait in here because I was doing portrait mode on my computer and I really liked it. So I wanted to do portrait mode in here. So I thought it'd be pretty cool. But the screen wasn't big enough. So there's no way in the world I could get myself a 79-inch portrait screen. They don't make them. So basically I made one. So let's see. There you go. That's my portrait screen. I love working on this thing. So it's really easy to do it with the, is this thing plugged in? It's really easy to do it with the Christie projectors because all it involves is that you just go into your computer, change it over to portrait mode, and then basically you go into your Christie projector, which I like using the Christies because Christies can be set on their side due to the fact, like I said, the filters are on the top and on the bottom, there's nothing there. It's just basically just for the handle, that's all. The exhaust system blows up through the front and not through the back. That's what makes them perfect if you want to do portrait. Now, if you want a projector that does portrait mode and you got about $8,000 on you, you can have it. But I'm not paying $8,000 for something I can basically just build it myself for much cheaper. That's the whole purpose of building it for cheaper. I spend all this money. Oh, look, there's a kitty out there. Kitty. What you doing out there, kitty? I actually feed that cat every day. One of the cats I feed. That camera's down for maintenance. So I'm doing that right now. I got to maintenance that camera. Apparently we had a really bad storm out here, and I don't know if it got shocked or whatever happened to it, but it's having some problems. So I'll have to take it apart and fix it. That's the plus side of actually working for a security team. I used to work for a security company for basically installing and wiring networking security cameras. Good field to get into, you know what I mean? Especially when you can wire your own stuff in. Business is fantastic. Business is good, man. Business is really good. As a matter of fact, contract number 2. That's another contract. That's a contract for a company right there for the wallpaper screen. So yeah, we're bringing out the wallpaper screens again, but it's going to be by another company. There you go. Here's my portrait mode, and that screen is black. It's all black screen. There's my work in here. So same thing I have here, where I have it like in portrait mode. Matter of fact, you know what? No, I can't do portrait mode. I just thought about that. If I build the arcade system, I can't do portrait mode in there. It's not going to work. So I'm going to leave it that way. That's going to leave it. All right, let me get me a shelf and mount this thing and get that ready. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Just that's how I'm gonna leave it. But yeah, this is much bigger than the room I was using in there. Much bigger. Please get your screen. And this is all the junk that I had in that room. This is all the junk that I had in that room. I was digging through some stuff today. So imagine that little room with all this stuff. All this stuff packed in there. As a matter of fact, I have a whatchamacallit here I want to activate. I have a, I bought a whatchamacallit. I have it run around the house now. There it is right there. I know I had one. I'm going to activate that today. I'm playing with that today. I don't get a chance to play with my stuff that much. I really don't. Anybody want a controller? Because do. Oh, and by the way, I am Groot. Yeah, I bought statues and everything, man. This is some of the stuff over there in the closet. But I'm going to play with this today because I want this to run around the house when I work. Because before, I couldn't have it because the projector was on the floor and I couldn't run it. So, sorry about that, people. Here it is. I'm playing with this today. Yes! I haven't played with this in a while. I'm going to just run around the house now. Because before I didn't have any room to play with it upstairs. So I'm going to take it out, recharge it up, and have it run around the house with me. I'm going to put that right here. I'll set this up downstairs. That stuff, man, I don't even play with it, man. I used to go to GameStop every freaking week and buy about $300 worth of stuff. Take it home, put it in a box. Never got around to setting it up. It got to the point that I got so much stuff that that's one of the Sonics, giant Sonics that came with the Genesis. Yeah, some Halo stuff. Oh, that hurts. Every time I look at this, that hurts. I'm surprised. I'm ashamed he passed away. He's a fantastic actor. Sonic right there. What's that down there? Oh, check this out. I forgot I even had this right here. That right there is a limited edition Ghostbuster in the box. Never opened. Brand new. Right there. You know what these are? Let me show you something pretty cool. Alright, you remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 was supposed to come out in spring of 2013? I don't know if you guys remember that. In 2013, Grand Theft Auto was supposed to launch the system in spring. What happened was something that went wrong, and they had to reset the entire date, which means all that advertisement, all that stuff basically went to scrap, and they had to reset the date. I went there and I bought up all the stuff that they had that was basically for the original launch date and kept it. And that's the original showcase box at GameStop that was supposed to be, it was supposed to come out at that date, but they had to push it back a year. Yep, I bought all that stuff. But this right here is the original Ghostbusters in a box. I got the last one when I was in there. I'm gonna tape this up, I don't know. I don't know if this is taped up or not, but whatever. Over here, we have Fallout. I had their guns, helmets, everything. I have the Fallout helmets. Sonic box. There's the rest of the other helmet right there. Some Halo stuff. Basically about it. More Halo stuff over there. I got the Nerf guns for Deadpool. Still in the box. Didn't open them up. Got a whole bunch of stuff in here, man. That's a retro pinball machine down there from 1982 right there. I got magazines. These magazines here are pretty old. So, I mean, what I mean by old, they're old. This is actually the first Dreamcast magazine when Dreamcast first launched. When they first came out with their system. Their first edition magazine. And if you look at it, let me see if I can find it on here. There it is. First issue of Dreamcast magazine. I got a bunch of them over there. I got magazines for when they were advertising for the Atari and Dreamcast and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember when I went out and purchased it. I know somebody was sitting there making a survey about PS2 versus Dreamcast. Oh, heck no. Have you ever played a Dreamcast? Dreamcast was beyond its era. Dreamcast, the little memory cards you had, the ones that look like little Game Boys. Yeah, pretty much would. But you remember the little I got a couple upstairs. The little remember the controllers, the little memory cards. You could download mini games on those freaking memory cards, and you could play them back. That's why they had the little memory stick and the not memory stick, but they had the little control pad and all that stuff on there. That's so you can play little mini games. You could download mini games on your memory card, and then not only that, if you went online, you could share your downloads with everybody else. Like say I finished like level 8 and level 7 or whatever, and you wanted that, I could download my downloads, and you can go there and you can actually download any extras or hidden characters or all that stuff. You could do that. Then you can go online, you can surf the internet. Man, you got to be kidding me. No, PS2 wasn't doing anything like that. Not on that level. Let me see. What are the jumps? I got some of the stuff over there taken there. Mirror's Edge, some of the statues there. This is what I said. I got to take care of my stuff better. That's Mega Man's blaster. Right there in the box. Sega Saturn. This still works. Oh, there's the Sega Genesis with the CD-ROM. I'll put that right there. That's not going anywhere. Fallout with the giant cup. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm listening to you, Chief. Remember these right here? Those you used to have the PS system, so how you used to cheat on your PS system, you download codes on your PS1. Oh yeah, there's a lot of junk in here, man. I got Destiny weapons, everything, and that's upstairs is crowded. I got an attic over top me. This stuff I'm just throwing in there. Thanos' piggy bank. All kinds of. Look at this. Craziness, man. Told you I had the original ColecoVision handheld system with the dots across the board. That's how it was when I was coming up. Wasn't no pretty graphics. Look at this right here. Brand new. Still in the box. Factory seal. Dragon Slayer. Back in the day for the Game Boy Color. Yeah, I thought it like that because I got bunches of this stuff, man. Yeah, remember for Dreamcast? Dreamcast, the game came out. Alien Front Online. Still got the microphone, instructions, all that in the box. Yep, this is when chat first came out on Dreamcast. Let's see what else we got over in here. Retro box. Okay, here we go. For Game Boy, we got wrestling right here. We got let me see. What's this one right here? Wrestling for Game. Yeah, I can't remember which it is. Oh, WWF or whatever it is. WWF. Yep. Yes, sirree. Digging through the old game collection. Look at this right here. Freaking brand new in the box for Game Boy Primal Rage. Yep, never touched it. Let's see what else we got over here. These are trash bags and trash bags of stuff that I just don't bother with anymore. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know, because I don't bother anymore with it all. See if we can get this to slide back real quick. Sega Saturn games right here for my system. I got all my Saturn games. Yep. NBA Jams. I think that's NBA Jams. What else do we have over here? Virtual Fighters 2 for Sega Saturn. Oh, so all this stuff right here, man. I'm already 52 years old. I don't play this stuff anymore. I want to find this door jams a bit. I don't play this stuff anymore. It jams a bit. Let me show you what we got on this side. Whew. We got the key from Kingdom Hearts right there. We have games here. We have one for Fortnite, the giant keg hammer right there. This is the gun from Fallout right here. lightsaber right there. I got that at Disney World. That's the cannon, the gun from Destiny. If I'm saying it right, if I'm not, and ridicule me. Mario statues, Batman's armored Batman over there. That's an original Xbox, never opened, still in the box. Over there, we got the shield from Destiny back there. Those are collectibles right there. Never touched those. Let me see. Why is my finger down on my Thanos? Giving me the middle finger. Gears of War guns. I got the original one, and I bought the limited edition Gold Lancer right here in the box. There's the Gold Lancer right there in the box. Yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. Original PS2 in the box, never opened. When that system launched, I bought 2 of them. That's how long that thing has been sitting in that box. Oh, here you go. House of the Dead 2, Japanese version for Dreamcast. I paid $109 for it when it first came out. Still have it with the game. Around here somewhere and somewhere. Yeah, all this stuff and the stuff I have up in my attic right now, all this stuff was actually in that little running room. You just got to the point where I just started running out of space in that little tiny room. Hold on a minute. Looking for my USB power adapters for this thing. I'm powering this thing on today. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the adapter for this thing. So I'm going to run this today. I'm going to have this thing running around the house today. What's this? Oh, it's a controller for one of the dinosaurs. I used to have a dinosaur, remote control dinosaur. I gave that to my godchild. Let him have that one. Find old Star Wars action toys. And I used to collect everything. Didn't make a difference what it was. I collected it. Yep. That's pretty much it. You want to power that up. I'm charging up today, so I'm gonna have that running around the house today. But yeah, I can creep upstairs to the basement attic. Woo! I was gonna put the gaming room up here, but moving stuff up this. Can you imagine me trying to move a gamer recliner up these stairs? Oh, that was not gonna happen. Upstairs has some storage stuff in it, and I got stuff in the storage unit. My more precious and valuable stuff sits in the storage unit because it's air conditioner controlled. This area up here gets a little hot. That right there is a snowboard for the Xbox when they came out. That's brand new in the box. We'll look at some really old stuff. Barbie on tape. Original Super Soaker in the box, never opened. Oh, this is the graphic card I need. I gotta order this one. This is what I need one, just like that for that box. Matchbox. Matchbox model plain set. This is pretty old. Primal Rage. The what do you call it? It's the game board, the board game. I can't pronounce it. Stadio, Castigo, whatever its name is called. But this was actually mint condition, never opened, in a box. Donkey Kong, the board game, in a box. Family Ties, and a board game, in a box. Classic Game Frogger. This is in a box, never opened. Kid Super Soaker that came out back in the day. These are very popular among the kids. Masters of the Universe. Ha ha ha! Yes, Masters of the Universe. These were rare. These are very, very rare. This is a tape book. You listen to the book, and it would actually do all the different sound effects and stuff like that. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Lion King original in the box, never freaking open. This is worth a ton of money. You know what this is right here? This is a Muppet Baby. Still in the box. Yeah, it's how old that wrapper is in the box. This company went out of business many, many years ago. I got to offer quite a lot of money for this one, but I will not sell it because it's you know, it's something I'm not giving up. This right here, if you remember these back in the day when you were a kid, these little Moonlander toys, you pump them up, they jump all over the house. These came out in the 80s. Now, VR glasses for the, I hate those things. They gave me headaches. Pop chicken. It was born in 1968 around that time. Pop chicken, chicken and egg. You'd hit that and it'd spin around. This is die-cast metal top. They don't make these anymore. Ohio Art used to make them. Fisher Price. Somebody offered me $800 for this thing. Fisher Price. This is back in the day. This was way back in, I remember the date. You see how old the box is right here. Never opened. Somebody eventually collected Fisher Price toys. I wanted one of these when I was a kid, but I was a kid. I couldn't get one, but I bought one now. This is the Super Jock Super Touch Basketball from back in the day. Look at the clothes they have on, how old this is. Yeah, this is really, really old. Never opened it up, never used it. You want to see something pretty cool? Transformers Command Center. Yes, Transformers, and I do own Transformers too. In the box, never opened. That's some of the junk right there, and then some more junk over in there. In this area. 1960s ray gun with the sparks. They don't make those anymore. Somebody offered me $3,000 for bad boy. Still mint condition. I walked into a store, dude had 8 of these. I was selling them on eBay for $300 a pop. I was getting them from this fellow for somewhere between $1.50. That's what I was paying for them. And people on eBay are paying $300 for these bad boys. They don't even make these anymore. As a matter of fact, the paint that they use on these is considered now to be extremely toxic and will kill your child if she licks it. But that's how old these things are. Really freaking old. Little kid on the side of the packaging. Remember packaging? Well, you can remember packaging used to look like that way. I got a bunch of this stuff right here. These are the Firebird toys back in the day. They used to have the wire connected to them before they came with wireless remote controls. And that was your remote control right there. Xena, is this Xena? No, the other one, Gabriel, I think it is. Warrior Princess. I have Xena around here somewhere. Original poker sets, Legos. What else we got down here? Where's my G.I. Joes? I had a G.I. Joe periscope in here somewhere. There's some of the other junk right here. Bristle blocks. If you can remember bristle blocks, then you don't remember bristle blocks. Care Bear little collectibles right there. Somebody offered me a couple $100 for those. Xena the Warrior Princess right there. Somebody wanted to buy that. I don't know why. You want to see something really old? Remember on Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny when they had the bug sprayer and they would spray the bug spray in each other's faces? They had the pump on the can. That is the original can sprayer. These came out around 1920s when they came out. I bought 3 of these in a flea market. I found that they were worth somewhere between about $400 or $500 a piece. Person didn't even know what they had. It's interesting how people have stuff sitting in their garage and don't realize how much money they're worth. You know what I mean? That's why it pays to do research. But this was a company used to make them called Lucky. If you ever watch any of the old Bugs Bunny or any of the Tom and Jerry's where they used to use these to actually just spray and kill bugs in, this is what they used to use back in the day. Maybe I come Lucky. Somebody offered me a great deal of money for this, and I was like, nope, for sale. Eventually, I will basically give up this stuff. Because I can't live forever. And one day I'm going to pass off the earth. So, you know, it's funny when you collect, when you're young and you collect, I tell people that you don't really think about the tragedy behind collecting. There's a tragedy when it comes to collecting. As you get older, you realize that everything that you have collected, somebody once used to have. And that person probably passed away or they lost it or something happened and you found it. You come along the way and you just happen to hit the right path to find it. And it becomes your treasure. So when I die, all this will be left to somebody else and they'll have it. And it'll go on and on and on and on and on. It just passes from one hand to another or it just deteriorates into nothing. That's pretty much it. You can sell it and get some money off of it, but most people don't sell the stuff that they have because they don't want to separate from it because the odds of them having it is very rare. So some people keep it and hold on to it. But eventually, Like I said, it goes to somebody else. You ever heard the term in the Bible called toil under the sun? Very interesting scripture. I'm going to tell you why. It says, man works by the sweat of his brow all day long just to give to another. So everything that you work for in life, you will die. It will go to someone else and they will get it. You can't take it with you. I tell somebody I would give them everything I have, and you can show me one video of somebody who has sadly passed away, and there's a U-Haul truck behind them. It's no U-Haul truck. You can't take it with you. It just goes to somebody else. So all these treasures on the earth will not go with you. They will stay here, and somebody else will take upon them, and it'll keep going on and on and on. Like I said, when I look at that Lucky sprayer, that thing's been around since the 1920s. How many people have had that in their hand and have used it, or how many people have had it in their possession? Where has it been? The stories behind it. I mean, it's insane when you start thinking about that kind of stuff. Everything that I've collected has a story behind it. The story I don't know nothing about. The previous owner, what their lives were like, what they did in their nothing. But I own it now. It's happened to pop into my hand, and when I pass on, it'll pop into somebody else's hand. I didn't think about that until one day I went and I bought I think it was an 1876. I bought a Singer sewing machine. This thing was so old, it had no motor. You had to take your feet and you had to rock it back and forth. That's how they would sew it, rock it back and forth. And that's how they would stitch. It was a Singer sewing machine. And I sat there, when I was sitting down at this machine, tuning it up, I thought to myself, how many people have this machine passed to before it made it to my doorstep? I just happened to be that person that just happened to walk into that store that day and see it there and knew what I was looking at and bought it. So how many people before me had this machine? And the stories they probably could have told her, all the different things. I mean, who knows where it's been and what's been, and what they used it for? I mean, who knows? I mean, interesting. And then when I moved, I left it at the last house. I didn't do it by mistake. I did it on purpose. I left it to somebody else. I served this time, let somebody else have it. So that's what I did. Well, people, I'm gonna go set up my robot here downstairs so something can drive me crazy in the house. I have Alexa in the house. I had Alexa, whatever her name is. I had to unplug her. She was freaking me out, man. Can you imagine, like something would come on the TV that would sound like something she was listening to, and she automatically start talking? Nah, that thing had to be unplugged. It was too creepy. But other than that, we're going to be working on. I got to get cracking because I got to get orders out the door, but I think that's going to make a nice arcade setup right there. And I come in here and I talk about, I like to talk about other things besides what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Come on here every day and talking about the technology and all that. It's all good and well and all, but I like to share a part of my life. Yeah, one day when I pass off the earth, you're going to say, well, hey, I know a little bit about that guy before he left. He didn't just design screens. He was into all kinds of crazy stuff. So you know. So I'm going to be back on here. We're going to work on that right there. That's next. Got to go order some stuff for that. Those of you who have actually placed orders, your tracking numbers are going out today. So everybody's going to get tracking numbers. I just got my containers in. All my supplies came in yesterday, so I'm so happy. We're going to do the demonstration on the kitchen granite top projection screen. That's going to be pretty cool. Not granite top, but kitchen granite, trim projection screen. And hopefully I'll have all this stuff done before my birthday, because my birthday's on the 29th, so I'm going to have all this stuff finished. And I want to be in here, basically. I got to order my chair. I haven't even ordered my chair. I got a recliner I'm ordering. So I got to get everything set up. So bit by bit, I'll share more with you. All right, people. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming in on Saturday. It's a Saturday because some days, man, literally, I thought it was Friday. It was actually a Monday. That happens. But anyway, not by that large skip. But anyway, thank you all for taking the time to come in here and check out some of the stuff in here. And who knows? One day I might just sell it all on eBay. You know what I mean? I'll get rid of it. Because I ain't taking it with me. It ain't going with me in no way whatsoever. And if it means somebody else can get it and it can make them happy, might as well. You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing. I used to have 2 of those super soakers upstairs. With a fellow who came in here who did the work for running the internet through. He was such a really nice person. He really was. And we were talking about old stuff from back in the day, like the retro games, the super soakers and all that stuff. And he's a bit of a collector himself, right? Young guy. And before he left, I gave him one of the super soakers. I mean, they're $500 a piece, but
$500 ain't worth it when you can give somebody something that they didn't have in their childhood. You know, the super something nice like that. You know, money ain't worth it. So I'm just gonna I'm probably gonna sell it off for all cheap, probably like $2 and $3. I'm dead serious. I think I'm gonna get to that point. I think when I reach my 60s, I'm gonna sell it all off for like $2 and $3. What am I need the money for? So I'm not gonna need the money. Give it to somebody else and have some fun out of it. I used to have, before I left the other house, I left some stuff behind in the other house. It still breaks my heart that I had to leave it, but I had no choice because I told you, you all know, because of my respiratory issues, the basement is where I got sick. I couldn't go back down there. I left a box that had Barbie doll furniture in that box, and it was from 1970, mint condition in the box, Smurf puzzles. And one of the things that hurt me the most that I left on there was a 1986 Fisher Price bubble mower. There's only 3 of those in the entire world. I actually owned one of them, and that was left in the house. I didn't think about it because I was just trying to get out of there and get to this place right here. And in the process of shutting down all the machines in the house, the air filters in the house that allow me to be able to function in the house to a certain level, and shutting the air conditioners, I'm breathing heavily to move the stuff out of the house. Then I was breathing more and more of the toxic in my system. And I felt my heart jumping, like jumping. But I didn't pay any mind. I was just trying to get everything out of the house. My heart's jumping. And I was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna die here in this house. I'm so close to getting out of here, and I'm gonna die. But I pushed on to get everything out of there. Finally came back. Finally, when we were driving to the new house, my heart jumped. It skipped a beat, and I couldn't breathe. And I ended up with a U-Haul truck parked in McDonald's parking lot, blacking out, thinking this is my time. I'm gonna go. This is where I'm gonna die. So close. Got out of the house. Was so close to getting to the new house. All I need to do is get to the new house and get out of the toxic house. And paramedics came and they gave me the oxygen. They took me down to the hospital and everything, and they brought everything back to normal. A lot of praying. I prayed a lot. Everything back to normal. But the house wasn't even moved out yet. I still had stuff there. So I had to pray on it. Ask the Lord to tell me what to do. I got right back in that U-Haul truck. I went right back to that house. And this time I took my time. I put a mask on and I moved everything out of the house. But I couldn't go in the basement because I didn't want to risk it. My heart was already hurting, my chest was hurting. I didn't want to go in the basement and risk it. And I left everything behind in the basement. I left projectors, I left tools, equipment. My whole workshop was down there. I left 200-inch motorized projection screens, black ones. I paid about $2,000 a piece for. I left a lot of stuff. And stuff I left down there, I didn't even know that was down there until later on when I moved here. And I got a chance to get my system back together and get my breathing somewhat back to normal. I started realizing some of the stuff that I lost. So at the end of the day, no matter how much they give me in a settlement, you can't replace that stuff. I can't go back and get that stuff again. It's gone. The screens and stuff I can rebuy, but not the boxes of toys I left behind. There were Transformers in those boxes, G.I. Joes, Tonka trucks. Some real crazy stuff was in those boxes, and they were all mint condition. I had a Tonka truck, not the small one, the full-size dump truck, Tonka truck. That was made out of metal, the one you used to stick your knee in, and you would basically scoot yourself down the street. I had one of those in a box, mint condition. Therefore, I had to leave them behind. So, at the end, when you really think about it, can't take it with you anyway. So, And I wasn't going to sell it anyway. Chances are I probably gave it away. All right, people. Well, sun's popping up. I got to finish the blueprints for this. And thank you all for taking the time to come in and watch. And check out our screen paints. All right. Let's go downstairs and turn the screen on. I love ending the video. We're going downstairs and fired up the big 135 in a fully lit environment. I shall give you a new name. This is going to be my new apprentice right here. This is my new apprentice now. I wish they had an all black one. That'd be pretty cool. Oh wait, they do have an all black one. That's on the Darth Vader end. They have a black version of it. Okay, that's contact paper. Paper boxes. All right, let's get stuff ready. We already don't want to. There you go. I like doing that demonstration. Do it with the lights on. So there are my containers. This is what I've been waiting for. My containers. They're all here. So now I got to come over here. My section over here. And these are my labels all cut out and ready to go. And I'm good to go. And this is, I want to set up a screen here so I can watch TV while I'm working. Sometimes in here. And this is the screen I'm building right now. This is the granite trim projection screen. Of course, I made a mistake because the top that I got actually doesn't match mine, but I want to order some more. I got something as close to as I possibly could, so that should blend them quite well. And then what we're going to do is, it's very easy to do. Like I said, all made out of cardboard. Well, United States postal boxes. And then what we're going to do is, the reason why we put the top paper down really quick is because if you paint cardboard, I told you, cardboard will warp and bend and bubble, right? But putting the top paper down on top of it, it protects the cardboard, still gives you the structure. So this is easy to paint on. Our paint covers this with no problem. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this, it's going to be covering the whole entire thing because I just want the trim done. I'm going to cut this out to trim it out all the way around here. And we'll leave the middle the same way it is. I'm just going to paint over it. And we'll take some frog tape about that thick and run a nice border all the way around. Paint it all in, peel it off. And now we got a border that matches my countertop. Since this is lightweight, I can Velcro it right to the wall over there. And that's it, I'm done. Got me a nice little professional, not professional, but say nice looking projection screen that's going to match the countertop. So anybody can do this. It's just all cardboard and just counter paper. That's all it is. Get a little frog tape, buy our technology, paint over it, and you're done. Got a nice screen in there, designed to take on ambient light. It's going to sit right next to the window. It's going to be the producing image, but no problem whatsoever. It's going to look amazing in here. I just want to put a projection screen in here. I was playing around with this last night. Some people always wonder why. See, those are stands I built. I built those stands for my projector. So this stand was built to make the projector point upward. I'm going to build another one that's going to make the projector point this way. But now, when I think about it, I can't put that projector in, and if I'm going to build an arcade stand around it, I can't put that projector in portrait mode. So either way, it still works. This is where I sleep. I love it here. I love my sleep area. Like, why do you sleep on the sofa? So I got a master bedroom upstairs I don't even freaking use. But I sleep down the sofa because I like it here. I got my screen here. I got my purifier here. I got my gaming system over there, VRs. If I want to just do my VRs and just go to sleep, which I wouldn't advise you doing, especially if you have it on autoplay, don't do that. I actually went to sleep in the ocean around beautiful fish and woke up in Shark Week. Yeah, that was a really weird experience. Waking up and you're inside of a cage and a shark's coming at you. Not the way you want to wake up. So this is the overhead screen right here. So because I'm getting all these commercials and the advertising, I know I'm supposed to be signing off, but because I'm getting all the commercials and the advertising from YouTube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy myself another one of those form factor PCs, the ones I have upstairs, and I'm going to get some software. And the software, I'm going to basically just buy kinds of 3D visual effect software so that can continue to play and do different visual effects on the ceiling without me dealing with the whole nonsense of having those political or commercials or anything pop up in the middle of my screen. So that's what I'm going to go order today. Get me another computer. I get those computers for around 140 bucks. That's what I pay for them. You got to go to, if you want them, go to New Egg Business and buy them over there. And you can get it for 140, 150, refurbish. And that one right there, like I said, it's not a big boy computer, but it's fantastic for work. They do got gaming computers, or if you're looking for a cheap gaming computer. But you think about it, has an i5
got 500 gigs of RAM on there, 500 gigs of hard drive space. I got 4 gigs of RAM on there. The only thing on there I don't like is the graphic card, but I'm changing that right now. I had to get a low profile graphic card. 64 is all I'm going to need to basically run basic retro games off it. That's all I'm going to need for right there. I think the card I found upstairs, that was 256. If that's 256, I run that, but chances are it's probably going to require PCI, not PCI Express. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. If I'm building just basically just an old setup for just retro games, I don't need a high-powered machine to do it. I mean, my last machine I used to have was a 2011 motherboard. Look those monsters up. I got a server board in my computer so I can basically host games. And 2011 motherboards, get this, come with 264 gigs of RAM. You can max out 264 gigs of RAM. And I was using PC 3000 OC at the particular time. All my RAM was overclocked. So, and keep in mind, it doesn't run one processor, it runs four 12-core processors and one motherboard. That's a monster board to put in. Don't believe me? Look it up. It's a server board. That's what they use them for. But it's fantastic if you're hosting games and stuff because you literally have a server board in your computer. So all you got to do next to that is basically just build your proxy server so you can mask that IP address so nobody can't track you when you're online. That's a constant use proxy service, especially on Xbox 360. Because come on, man. Everybody on 360 modded. And just about everybody modded on 360. And then you started popping those boxes open to find out how to work to fix the system because of the cooling system and found out they were just old IBM motherboards. You're like, you got to be freaking kidding me. This is a freaking field day. If you could actually go, if you came from the era of the breadboard era, which I came in, where you weren't snapping computer parts together, everything had to be soldered together, like literally soldered together, you know what I mean? So you're buying blank breadboards. Man, something like that, man, you could dismantle that freaking motherboard, man, and put anything you want in there. You actually wanted to add into that. But yeah, man, that's where all that came from. People modding out systems and stuff, JTAG their gamer tags and freaking what was the other thing they had? Oh yeah, people were modifying their gamer scores. That's why when I was on 360, I was using basic internet. I was using a business account. I was running a T1. I had more speed than anybody else. And then I had something like 13, 14 IP addresses because if Microsoft came in and they found out they would run a signal and they came back, that's what I learned about doing proxy servers. But if they run a signal and they found out you had modded software in your box, like you tampered with that box or anything that went on in there, you would come back and get a hardware ban, like a 9999999 hardware ban. And pretty much all you just do is just ban your IP address. That's basically about it. But if you had like 13 to spare, you just go drop one and just uplink another one. You know what I mean? Just be good to go. Be back in the game. But man, those were the good old days, man. I love the 360, but man, the 360 cost me so much money. Come and get the red ring of death, buy another system. Get the red ring of death, buy another one. Get the red ring of death, buy another one. Especially when they came with that black box, which was supposed to be the elite version. It was supposed to never burn out. Yeah, I burnt that thing out. I'm basically playing Halo. But yeah, I mean, eventually, if you saw how the system was built really quick, I mean, I know I'm going on and on here. But if you look at where the optical drive was sitting right on top of the GPU, I mean, are you kidding me? You're like this much room from the optical drive, a metal optical drive sitting right next on top of a GPU. And of course, it's going to generate a ton of heat. And on top of that, they call themselves putting in metal heat shields. Really? Like, why would you put in... Are you kidding me? Like, there were metal plates inside of the box that caused them basically heat shields that were designed to absorb any excess heat. Yeah, that did a lot of good. It looks like it's burned out left and right. So it wasn't a lot of room in there to play around in. That's what scares me about these gaming systems now. That much like PCs have massive cooling systems to keep the systems cool. I would love to see a gaming system with a liquid cooling system. That would be pretty cool, but it'd be too big, too bulky, you know what I mean? They want to keep them nice and small, but they want to put these high-powered parts in there, and that's what scares me. If you're going to be running 4K, I hope this system has the ability to keep itself cool, especially the GPU. And people could understand why certain games would cause the system overheat, like Halo, Gears of War. I did one on Samurai Showdown because there were like too many characters on the board. Because if you're, if you ever hear your disc go whoop, like that sound, that means bottom line is the buffering rate is going through the roof, number two. Number one. And number two, you are overworking your freaking video card like there is no freaking tomorrow. So that sucker is heating up. Yep, and eventually you get that sound and it will click. And there you go. Burnt your system out. But anyway, I'm sorry I didn't get all into that technical stuff, man. I kind of like talking about this stuff all day.
Let me get out of here, because if I don't get out of here, I won't get nothing done. All right, let me get out of here. I love you all, and God bless.